Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to tell you a scary story, so stay tuned. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Borthosol. I'm a realtor with EXP here in Kamloops. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Tranquille Farms area of town, but it was formerly known as Padova City. Today's video is brought to you in part by the Abandoned History blog. I'll leave a link down below so you can read through that yourself. All the credit for this information and photos does go to the writer of that blog. So this might be one of Kamloops' well-kept secrets. It's an area just west of the airport here in Kamloops, and it has a rich history dating back well over 100 years. So the Tranquille Sanatorium opened in 1907, right around when the tuberculosis epidemic, or also known as the White Plague, was ripping through Canada and the Kamloops area. So it's kind of timely that we're talking about this now, considering we're going through a whole nother epidemic just 113 years later. So the area itself is just outside the Kamloops city limits, and Kamloops is where the North and South Thompson rivers meet, and this area is right where the rivers meet Kamloops Lake. So that land was purchased in 1905, and this is a 191 acre area, and this community was built right around the sanatorium, which was named Tranquille after the Indian chief Tranquille. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And the locals and residents refer to this area as Padova City. So there was a couple of main buildings. There was an infirmary. There was the two large pavilions known as East Pavilion and West Pavilion. And then all the other buildings, like I said, were cottages, housing for doctors, staff. They even had a fire hall, a big kitchen, self-sufficient community. So here's where it starts to get a little spooky. Below the grounds, every single building was connected and is connected by an extensive tunnel network. So this helped staff get easily to and from each building. They would transport food and laundry, and then there was even areas of these tunnels that had a barber shop in them, and there was also a morgue. So like I said, they were a self-sufficient community. They raised cattle, pork, and honey at a surplus so they could trade with others in the area. So before Padova's decline, between the years of 1953 and 1958, the sanatorium housed over 600 patients and staff. But as the occurrence of new cases of tuberculosis declined, it made the institution and all the facilities obsolete and quite extravagant for the actual demand. So in the year 1958, the hospital did close, and all of the remaining tuberculosis patients were transferred to Vancouver. So the hospital actually did end up opening back up in 1959 as a facility to treat the mentally ill. So this was to relieve overcrowding in a couple of other hospitals that have a reputation for being a little on the creepy side: Essendale, which is Riverview Hospital, and Woodlands. So the institution, Tranquille, the institution, did shut its doors for good in 1984. So that was the end of a decent era for the hospital that was nearly a century old. So it's sort of a well-known fact in this area that it's a hotbed these days for paranormal activity and all things creepy and unsettling. Those that have found themselves walking through the tunnels or have maybe snuck into the abandoned buildings do report some pretty unsettling things happening, from footstep noises to faraway chatter to a woman even screaming in the water tower. People have heard and seen all sorts of unexplainable events in this area since the time it closed back in '84. Now here's the really cool part. In last summer, 2019, the Tranquille Farm Fresh company did put together an escape room. So they opened up these tunnels you could buy tickets and go and do your sort of normal escape room just in these tunnels. So that would have been really cool to see it happen this year. But since we're experiencing another epidemic, that's probably not going to happen. But stay tuned and keep an eye on the tranquillefarmfresh.com website for a potential that may come back in the distant future. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you hear or you want to hear more about the story, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.